Okay. Oh, okay. I'm good. There's just got to be a better way, right? I mean, when it's harder to get the dumbbells up onto your shoulders than it is to actually do the press, then what the hell are we doing? That's what we're talking about. Will Lip Tech show today. Want to go over how to make this a little bit easier, some different setups, and then two-parter today. I'm also going to go over programming and how you can apply this programming from where you're at in terms of whatever your fitness or shoulder press level is and how you can progress it. But for the shoulder presses, this is the hardest part, is just getting it up to your shoulders, especially if you're trying out some different weights. Maybe your arms aren't feeling good that day. Number one, this is probably the easiest or the one you probably see the most. When that weight starts to get heavy, look at my dumbbells. They're on the edge of my knee. Now from here, I'm just going to kick up one at a time. So I'm going to use this leg. I'm going to push it up, let it rest here. Put your arm wherever you feel comfortable putting it. And then the other side, going to do the same exact thing. And once I'm here, I'm leaning back into that bench, pushing the feet into the floor a little bit. And then I start that press, get that range of motion, whatever you can get to. However, we want to get the dumbbells all the way down. And then you press up. Perfect world. Biceps up to your ears. But if you can only get so far, you go to where you can. Posted a video. I'll put a link in there for the other one. Mini bands using your rubbers to help get those shoulders warmed up, so maybe you get a better range of motion on it. One other way, you could do it from the standing position. So before we even actually sit down, you can pick up your dumbbells. You do the same thing where we kick it up with one side, use the bench for a little bit of help if you need to, kick it up with the other side, and then you go down, squat down, have yourself set up. It's a little bit more time consuming. However, if you're going to push the weight, if this feels a little bit better, you try it out whatever way gives you the best chance to knock out some good reps. But from there, the other thing I want to talk about is this bench. So you don't have to have this exact bench, but if you have any type of bench where you can lean against it, push your shoulders into it, it's this great thing that the human body does, your brain does, is regardless of the movement, like the more points of contact you have on your body while you do it, like the stronger you're going to feel, the easier the weight might feel. It applies to this. If I was just sitting here without using the bench and pressing up, well, now I got to stabilize a lot more. So I can't just focus on just pressing. I have to focus on also keeping everything together. As soon as I go to lean back against the bench, I start to press up, that eliminates any factors that you're thinking about keeping yourself balanced, not leaning forward or back too far. You're just locked in right here. The same applies if we're doing a lunge. If I were just to put my fingers on the bench and go lunge down, you don't even have to put any weight into the finger. Just having it there, it just feels a little bit easier. You end up getting a little bit better range of motion out of it. So whenever possible, if you're able to, if you can adjust your bench, if you have a bench at your gym, lock into it, and then you press from there. I also recommend think like chest up a little bit. You can even look up and see where it feels best for you. It's going to be a little bit different for everybody. Now, moving forward from there, I want to talk about some programming. All right, so part two for programming for shoulder presses. And really, this is going to apply to any exercise that you want to train, get stronger on, get bigger on that body part. I'm just going to use shoulder presses as an example. But beginner, intermediate, you know what the hell you're doing. These are the three different levels. So if you're just starting out, you're not 100% sure what you're doing, you really can't go wrong. This is just 6 to 15 reps. It's probably because you're probably going to be using weights that you're not sure if they feel good or not. You don't know what good feels like or bad feels like. So you have anywhere between that 6 to 15 to work with, because if you are going really light, by that 15th rep, there should be a good burn going. But if you're getting to 15 reps, no problem, then you can go a little bit heavier, and it's okay to either fail or come like 1 to 2 reps within failing, somewhere in that 6 to 15 rep range. 3 sets of that. You can use that same weight, or you can progress on the weight, go a little bit heavier on those 3 sets. And then each week that you go through, you try to use the same weight. If you end up getting more than 15 with the weight, then you know to add on. You just do this week after week. This can also be applied if you're doing it twice a week. If you're doing it like on a Monday and then Thursday, Friday, shoulders are feeling good, you're going to do it again, go for it. But as simple as that. Once you start feeling really confident with it, then you can move yourself on to, we'll say, intermediate, or you're getting stronger, you understand what's going on. Now we're going anywhere between 8 to 12. This is going to be because you're probably pretty good. You have an idea of what weights you're using, should be using. 8 to 12 reps, somewhere around like that 7th, 8th rep, it's starting to be a struggle, but maybe you can crank out another 2 or 3. And then this is literally the same exact formula here. If I'm doing, we'll say like 30 pounds for 12 reps. Next week, I end up doing 30 pounds. I'm able to get 13, 14 reps. Then cool, I'm going to go up to 35s. And I'm going to knock out however many I can between that 8 to 12 reps. And I'm going to keep doing that workout after workout until I'm getting more than 12 reps again, add some more weight. Simple as that. And then going heavy AF, you probably know who you are if you're doing that. You could probably just stick somewhere in that 5 to 6 rep count. And it's the same exact setup. If you're doing 5 to 6 reps, this is why I say it's advanced, because you probably know exactly what weight it is. By the time you get those weights up under your shoulders and you're going, we're probably looking at like the second rep is already feeling really heavy and you're struggling to get through the third, fourth, fifth one. So you know what weights are. You know that you have to come to it with your mind set up, ready to go. But 3 sets, probably all you need. Might even be, once you get to this point, might only need like 2 sets if you're going that hard, that heavy with it. But when you come to programming this, you just stick within these ranges. Once that weight gets too easy where you're doing more than that range, then you start adding the weight and you're going to see a lot of benefit. You're going to see it pretty quickly, especially if you're starting out here. If you're getting stronger and you're actually paying attention to your reps and your numbers and your weights, you're going to end up seeing this start to move up, and you'll probably be wanting to go a little bit heavier and doing less reps. Hope that helps.